I almost forgot about that.
Let's get to that in a second. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. What's going on?
Man, as much as I love listening to the Brewers, and I love listening to the Brewers, I missed y'all yesterday. It's good to be back on. A little 4-day work week, I guess, for KBN, which I also don't mind. Kyle and I have talked about that one time.
No.
A 4-day work week.
Brad, I was thinking about you yesterday. I was like, you know what? He is stealing money.
How is he stealing money?
It wasn't my decision, the programming decision.
Didn't see any tweets, didn't see any
I
videos,
didn't see any. Brewers.
He was off yesterday.
He wasn't off. Just because we're off the show doesn't mean it's an off day.
I don't think tweeted that KBN was off and we're going to be carrying the Brewer game. I said, let's go
And then
Brewers.
he went like this with his hands. I'm done.
He tweeted 3 words.
What?
Let's go Brewers.
What more?
Nailed it.
What more do you need from
Hard
me?
day of work.
Who's your
Move
manager?
those
Is your
fingers.
manager Ben Bruss?
Not last time I looked.
Okay, then I don't know why Ben Bruss is trying to tell you what
Well,
to
I'm
do.
about to go
I'm not-
to his manager.
I'm not in charge of the programming.
I'm the
decisions
Karen
here.
of the show.
And I'm guessing that everybody loved, maybe not the result, but
I'm off
loved listening to the
Thursday,
Brewer
Friday.
game.
You guys will be holding it down.
No, you're not, are you?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a
he
wedding
is.
in St. Louis.
Wait, what? Why am I just now hearing this?
Yeah.
It's on-
Look at the
it's on
content schedule, dude.
Content schedule. We're supposed to be work friends.
What does that mean, though? We have to
Oh,
let
now
you know
you
every
wanna be
time
work
we're on?
friends.
Yeah, if I'm going to be off, I'll let y'all know.
How did I disrespect you?
Oh, great question.
Alex Strofer on the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. A rough 0-4 start for the Milwaukee Brewers. NFL owners and coaches are all together. And we heard a lot from Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur about the direction of the Green Bay Packers. We're going to get to all that. Again, 800-990-3776 at the Carbless Talking text line. Listen more and see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Yes, Mr. Kyle Wallace, what happened on Saturday at the Analysis Live?
So after
at
the
Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
At the Analysis Live after, I had another event to go to. I was at the Mayor's Ball. But then like I said, I was going to come to the after party for the Analysis Live, and I showed up, and I saw my great teammate Brad Nortman. I saw my great teammate Ben Bruss, and I saw my great teammate Alex Strofe. And on Saturday night, Alex Strofe did something extremely disrespectful. He's having a conversation.
Is this real? Like, are you actually?
This is dead ass
all right,
real.
because I don't know
He's
what's
having
coming,
a
and now I'm
conversation
really
with
intrigued.
me. He's having a conversation with baby girl. He's having a conversation. His girlfriend is there. In the middle of my baby girl talking, he said, "You have beautiful eyes." I said,
Oh, wow.
Bro, what? What? I said, bro, what? I will beat your ass. What do you mean? What do you mean? And he's like, "Oh no, bro. I'm just saying, bro." I'm like, "Dog, what's wrong with you?
What is wrong
I
with
forgot
you?
about that." And
What's
I'm
wrong
like,
with that?
This is my first time looking you in
forgot
your
about that,
eyes.
too.
Yeah, it's my first time.
She
looking
does
in your
have
eyes.
beautiful eyes.
But bro, you ain't supposed to say that in front of somebody.
Really?
Is that
No.
I
crossing
was
the line?
He doesn't even know her. This is legitimately.
Yeah, you don't know her. Just because you know her through Kyle on the air, you don't have a relationship with her, the person.
Well, I didn't know
but
what he's trying to do.
I was just giving her a compliment, Kyle. She has beautiful eyes.
Knowing your young self,
He's
you might have
doubling.
something
He's
else
doubling down right now.
He's doubling down, but on top, I don't know what he's trying to do. I know what you and your little girl do, swanging or whatever y'all do, but don't not over here.
Swanging.
Not over here, buddy.
Well, the question is, how did baby girl respond? Was she flattered?
Of course she was flattered.
Okay, so
I was upset.
Yeah, she was.
I was like, what the hell? You gonna let Alex Strofe do that baby in front of me? Like, what? His girl
Say,
there?
Kyle, you don't tell me I got beautiful eyes.
And then his girl didn't care. His girl just said, yeah. But I literally forgot about that. I've been mad about it.
I did too.
I wanted to say something to you on Sunday, but you were struggling on Sunday. You were panicking on Sunday about Craig coming in.
Yeah, I
showing
was
up.
Sunday
sure Craig was
Karma,
gonna
10 to
show up,
noon.
yeah.
He was in there. I'm trying to work. He's in there just
And
panicking.
Kyle, you've been doing Sunday Karma for God knows how long, and Craig has shown up a minute late with the music playing. Like, he's gonna be there. It's just
told him-
part of the MO
I
of the
told him
show.
it'll be fine. You know what's funny is Strofe was talking about Craig, and then when you're talking about somebody and they pop up.
Yeah.
Craig pops up. He's like, "Oh, he's here. He's here. We're good. Hey, we're good. Never mind. We're good."
CEO's here. Everything's good.
I'm like, I mean, he'll probably be here.
Yeah.
Strofe was stressing out about that. He was bothered, so I forgot to get on his behind about that. I didn't see it yesterday, and then today I was eating my lunch and in our show prep meeting.
Is that your first time meeting her in person?
Yeah. Whoa.
How far into, hi, I'm Alex Strofe, did you say you have beautiful eyes?
It was a while, right? Half an hour.
So that makes it even weirder.
No, it was weird because we were getting.
You've just been looking at her eyes for 30 minutes and couldn't hold it in.
This is probably the first time they had a face-to-face conversation. He was just staring at my girl like that and just
Kyle,
blurted that out. That's disrespectful.
Have a little confidence in yourself, would you?
No, I just don't like.
You
listen,
sound like an insecure, controlling man right
we
now.
supposed to be
Grow
friends.
up.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all women they got beautiful eyes. See how y'all like it.
Is
That's
that
fine. My
a bad
girlfriend,
thing, though?
My
I don't-
girlfriend does have beautiful eyes. You are more than welcome to tell her that.
You're such a simp and a sucker. I couldn't. You just walk around telling people's women, "Oh, you have beautiful eyes."
Love me. I'm Alex Strofe. You have beautiful eyes.
And
let
the thing is,
me guess, Kyle. She got in the car and she goes, Strofe is so nice.
Strofe is nice. I said he's such a softie.
She's already on his side, too.
She is.
She's the Alex
he
Strofe
got the heart
defender.
condition.
He's got
So
yeah.
always on
She
his
thinks
side.
we're gonna stress him out so much that he's gonna lose his life on the show.
He's just such a damn softie.
You never told me she had beautiful eyes like that.
Why would I tell
Well,
anybody
yeah,
that? That's
he
weird.
wouldn't-
Okay, so now you're taking it too far.
Well, you should let us know. You should brag about
What
your
other
partner.
features do you want to know about her,
All right,
Strofe? You
so
weirdo.
Stop it.
I agree.
He could have made a lot of other compliments or observations. and
Luckily, she's
eyes
nice.
are about as tame as you can go.
I mean, that's awkward. That's come on now.
That's
That's
like
not
telling
awkward.
somebody they have a nice smile. I've always been told
What-
I have beautiful eyes.
what
Have
if
you
he
ever
said
looked at my eyes?
by other people's girlfriends?
Yes, I have
In
beautiful
front of them?
eyes. Yes.
What if he said, your hair looks
To
really
be fair,
nice
my
tonight."
girlfriend or my fiance did look you up and down.
She did.
So pot calling kettle black here.
I did like it
And
too.
you embraced that.
And you loved it.
I did like
And
it
you
too.
loved
She
it.
said she wanted you to dress just like me.
Yeah. Look at you.
See what I mean?
Fraudulent Kyle.
Yeah, what can I say? You know, it's a man's world, so
Is it?
I don't
know anymore either.
You weren't supposed to respond.
800-990-3776, the Carvelous Talking text line.
Kyle, what color? are
Strofe versus you should know this if you looked into him for 30 minutes.
That's a good question, though. Do you know?
Strofe versus Kyle continues now because now more motivation when they run a mile and a half race. All that Strofe's going to do the entire time that Kyle and Strofe are running that mile and a half is like, baby girl's got beautiful eyes. Baby girl's got beautiful eyes. He's just going to try and get in your head.
I didn't know
You're
he
letting
was
him
so
win.
soft. I'm just going to chirp him.
You're letting him win.
Just like that.
You know,
So insecure.
I've never had a friend say that about.
Oh, friend.
Coworker say that about. Wow, I'm slipping right now.
Oh, man.
I'm with Strofe. A real man, a confident man, is a trusting man that doesn't matter what anyone else says to his woman because he knows that she's with him and he's with her.
It was unexpected, and I did not appreciate Strofe doing that randomly. Just random, blurted out.
It was just like, didn't even, just out of the blue.
It was out of the Strofe was not out of the blue. It was completely out of the blue. Like they're having a conversation and just out of the blue, he just blurts it out.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
All
what's wrong
right,
with
then
you?
then
It
that's
was completely out of the
that's cocktail Strofe talking then.
No, I really, I think I was on my first cocktail.
Okay, I was trying to help you, but now it's getting a little odd.
You were not on your first cocktail. I can tell you that. It was at the end of the night. And knowing you probably on your fifth.
Define the end of the night, because I think my definition is very different.
he was like a 3 a.m.er.
You're right, because he told me I left at like 1. This man left.
You stayed till 1?
Yeah, I did actually.
I think I might have left before Kyle.
No,
I
you were.
think- no, you didn't yet.
You were still at the table.
It
You
was,
was-
it was Brad first. It was Kyle second. It was Ben third. Natural. It was me last.
But if 1 a.m., I left way before you
You
guys.
left at like 11.
Me?
Yeah.
I left like 10:20.
Yeah, Brad said I gotta get home.
I gotta
to the
get
wife.
home. You gotta-
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strofe is tripping. I don't know. He stayed out to 3:30 in the morning.
3:30. That sounds like torture to me. Seriously.
I'm
They
with you,
do
Brad.
that. That's a form of
No,
torture, making someone stay up.
Yeah,
Not
for
letting
me,
him sleep.
Same here. I couldn't do it. And Ben was so locked in and focused. I was trying to massage his shoulders and give him some look on the table.
Ben was a busy beaver throughout the night. He was just running all over the place. He's putting in the hard work.
Oh, he's trying to put in the hard
I
work
was just
at the
sitting
table.
back, just hanging out.
I did grind,
Hanging
and
out
then
with
once I got to my happy place, I'd be like, I'm in the mix at blackjack.
I
I'm
feel like you lost that blackjack though.
Well, no, I made a really great comeback, and then I made a really bad decision to go in a little bit heavier at the wrong time. I was playing 3 hands, which the minimum.
Oh my gosh, 3 hands at
Wait,
once.
what does that mean? 3 hands?
It means like
All right, if
you
you
want
wanna-
like one hand, another hand, another hand.
Why are they
versus
letting you
the
do
dealer,
that?
And you do 3
As long as you
bets.
hit the minimum of the table, which was 50, I was playing 3 $50 hands.
Golly, you
That-
spent 150 at one time.
That takes my breath away. Seriously, my lungs are tight.
150. I had a plan to literally. I'm gonna get $50 out there. God, Gonna get $50 out. I was gonna put it on black or red. I was gonna say I got $50. That's it. Black or red.
Wait. That was going to be your experience?
That was going to be my
one
thrill.
bet at $50.
Well, I'm gonna try to do like
fun.
20. But I don't know if like the minimum is 20 or 25. I haven't.
But
actually been on the table.
elongate how much money, like the time spent betting. You just want to do one spin for 20 seconds.
I don't think they give you $10 chips anymore, do they?
Well, you get 5s, Kyle, and you can put them together to make 10.
Well, that was my plan, and then I just lost another bet on basketball. 0-7.
Fade Kyle is real.
Your loss streak is just as bad as his. Are you smarter than?
Oh, it's terrible.
Loss streak.
It's terrible. I just.
Well, one loses money and one just loses pride.
It's
both
bad.
valuable, but I feel like your pride hurts more, and you losing money hurts more.
Yeah,
for you.
no, my
so it's
pockets.
the thing that cuts you guys deepest.
Yeah, my pockets hurt. Yeah, it hurt. You know what baby girl told me? She said, "This is the Lord telling you. It's a sign. Maybe that's just not for you, Kyle." I said, "Okay, well."
I wish I got that sign. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. Goody Goody's just as complicated as Mark Murphy called Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say that. I mean, he can maneuver his way through a narrative like the best of them. We will hear from Goody post the end of the year loss and after they're cleaning out the lockers, and what he has in terms of expectations on the team, and what we thought at the time might be himself. Then he talks at the NFL coaches and owners meeting, and it's a little bit different message. Kyle Bruss and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. You're going to want to hear from Brian Gutekunst next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, suck. I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair.
Need any more? One?
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker. It's a 3. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the 2.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Hey, ready to sweeten your game? It's time for Quick Trip's Nature's Touch Ice Cream. Ooh, making moves like the starting lineup of a championship team. Whether you're gearing up for the big game, celebrating a win, or just looking for a sweet break in the action. Chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, mint chocolate chip, and more. Yeah, there's no such thing as a bad pick. So why wait? Flavor doesn't scoop itself. Get your hands on your winning Nature's Touch Ice Cream flavor today. Only at Quick Trip.
This wasn't how Patrick here in Milwaukee pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Oh my gosh, Allie, did you look at Janet's roof? Ugh, it's like so flat. It looks like one of those roofing contractor commercials.
Who even understands those roofing guys anyways?
I like flat roofs and I cannot lie. You other contractors can't deny. TPO way up high. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring.
If you want a roof that's worth staring at, Avondale Roofing is where you go. Your roofing experts for over 30 years. AvondaleRoofing.com. It's time to show off your skills and earn a pair of Bucks tickets for the regular season finale April 13th. Now's the time of year when we're all trying to get buckets. At home, on the driveway, in the gym, or even in the office. Send us a video of your best hoops trick shots. Use hashtag BucksTrickShot and show us what you've got. It's the Bucks Trick Shot Contest. Send your shots now through April 8th on Twitter at ESPN Milwaukee using hashtag BucksTrickShot.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 59. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 59 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry, these high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ultimately, I want to know if you are satisfied with this offseason thus far with the Green Bay Packers, because there's been mixed messages, maybe from the front office, but also what people were hearing about potential free agents and if they were going to be very active in pursuing guys for the Green Bay Packers. But we got Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs, and that's what we ended up with. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh on the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776.
Are you the only one that just hears that song and doesn't want to sing it?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, Brad is sitting there.
I'm literally trying to ignore what Alex Stroh is trying to do to you guys, and that's distract you on actually doing anything.
I'm not sure I heard one word Ben said.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
Mike is off, and I'm just singing.
How is that my fault?
I heard
Because you
Banks.
played the song. And you know these two squirrel brains are on your energy right now.
Brad loves it, and I love it.
It's a great song.
He's you okay, Ben?
I'm good. Are you guys good? I mean,
perfect.
Strofe is like sweating out of every single one of his pores from opening day yesterday. Why?
Because I didn't do anything wrong there, and you're mad at me.
I'm not actually mad at you. See, you're right. He is a soft.
He's
soft. Oh my God.
Very gentle and soft.
He's fragile right now because he had a couple big days on Saturday till 3 a.m. Opening day yesterday.
Get to work. Let's go.
Oh my God. The audacity.
Yeah, what are you doing right now?
The audacity
We
of
gotta
your
talk
three
about
right
Goody.
now.
I want to talk about Goody and the nonsense.
You want to talk
coming
about
out of his
Goody?
mouth.
All right,
Nonsense.
let's listen back to the earlier nonsense locker cleanout day from Brian Gutekunst about the Green Bay Packers and the direction he feels they need to go.
You always have some disappointments in the year. I think for me, the thing that's been on my mind, I think as we've concluded this season, is we need to continue to ramp up our sense of urgency. You know, these opportunities don't come. You know, the life of a player in the National Football League is not very long. We got a bunch of good guys in that locker room. We got a bunch of talented guys in that locker room, and yeah, I think it's time that we start competing for championships, right? And I think they're ready. I think they're, like I said, I think they are wired right. I think that group is the kind of guys that can do that.
That was Brian Gutekunst about 3 months ago. This was Brian Gutekunst over the weekend.
The urgency gap is really more, you know, for our team and our organization to understand what the expectations are. At the same time, you know, for us, I think we were very urgent in free agency. You know, obviously we went after a couple, you know, top targets. We were able to acquire them. I think that really is going to help our football team. Yeah, I think the urgency comment is across the board. I think it's for our players, it's for our organization, and just how we're going to approach things.
That was Brian Gutekunst at the NFL Owners Weekend meetings, and we were very urgent in free agency. When you hear that, what is your first reaction, Kyle Wallace?
Yeah, he's a stubborn guy. He's a stubborn guy who's very confident in himself and truly believes that whatever he does, he thinks is magic, right? And so this is the problem for me, is that unfortunately, I don't know if Goody is great at accountability. And I say that simply because we have seen many times where Goody has not really addressed real issues. Like he's done it, but he hasn't fully gone all in, right? And when we think about the kicking situation got extremely bad in Green Bay. And what he saw as trying to solve it was bringing in a kicker from the Minnesota Vikings, or wherever the heck he was from, who was basically washed and done, and bringing back Anders Carlson. That wasn't really fixing the problem. That was trying to challenge your kicker. But at the end of the day, it's okay to say, you know what, this guy ain't it. And you bring in Brandon McManus, and what does it do? It changes.
You forgot about the Narv dog in that situation.
Narv dog as well. But still, it changed exactly what this team could do when it comes to special teams and the field goal kicking situation. We are seeing the exact same thing here, where he thinks that his sense of urgency was adding an offensive guard, but thinking that the guys that are on the roster at the defensive line are going to just get better magically. So for me, I just think he's a very stubborn individual, and this can't go on. Goody has to understand when he finds a way to be successful, as he did last year in free agency, and not saying Aaron Banks isn't going to be a success. I think the Green Bay Packers offensive line is going to be better this year than what it was last year, simply because you're adding a better guy at that guard, the center position, and also a good guy to replace Jenkins at the guard position. So overall, I just think Goody is extremely stubborn, and at some point he's going to have to realize that stubbornness may end to his ultimate downfall, where this team does not get to where he want it to go, because he's not investing in the pieces that can be impactful players for this team. So he better be careful.
Very urgent.
Very urgent.
I mean, Goody to me comes off.
And then, but here's the funny thing, real quick, is I know the question was asked probably in that context, but this man heard the noise around the urgency conversation that he had. Oh, we're very urgent in free agency.
We're very urgent in free agency.
Oh, you sold me.
Yeah, Goody is like the guy, if he gets in and out of relationships, and each one it's like, man, this girl's crazy. And he doesn't look in the mirror and say to himself, you know what? Maybe I'm the problem. And honestly,
Strofe, where were you there?
Maybe I'm the problem.
Very good.
He's looking at the rest of the scenario and saying, it's all y'all's problem. It's not my problem. I'm doing what I can. I'm acting with a sense of urgency in free agency. Don't you see these signings? It's you guys that need to step up. You guys need to take the step forward. And it does feel like it's a little bit of a lack of accountability. My concern is he's not convinced that he is the problem, nor that he needs to change his formula. He thinks he's doing everything right, and it's on the players to take the step forward, the coaches to take him to get there. So my concern is this is what you're going to continue to get. The same draft philosophy, the same free agent philosophy, and he doesn't need to change his formula. He feels like he has a sense of urgency. It's everybody else's problem. It's a little bit of a concern for me.
My thing here right now is just poor Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, and we'll hear from him throughout the show, but if I'm Matt LaFleur and I'm looking at the roster that's being given to me, right, and the draft still has to come, but knowing what we were able to achieve and knowing what is going on in the division and how teams invested in spots, and despite whatever the odds are for the Packers to win the division, they're second in the odds to win the division. Ultimately, we know a lot about where the holes are. The holes are at the defensive line, and the holes are at the wide receiver position. I think we feel decent about linebackers and, feel good enough about the secondary as a whole. We can dive into cornerbacks or safeties as you want. And Jeff Hafley as a whole to know, what we can expect from the team. And then the word hope is happening too often, or this guy needs to take the next step. And we're talking about that conversation that we're just hypothesizing without enough evidence to feel good that some of these position group players are going to take that jump, such as the wide receiver group, such as the defensive line group. And Matt LaFleur's just got to talk to the media and be like, he's got to convince himself now that he has all the pieces he needs to be successful, because he's not going to get anything more other than draft picks. Yeah. And he can't be negative. He's got to work with what he's got. So I feel bad for Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, and my thing that frustrates me the most in Goody's mindset is that Goody has drafted a lot of defensive linemen, and you mean to tell me not one has truly popped and turned into a really great player? Rashawn Gary, he's good. Right? I'm not saying he's a bad player. But when I look at who would you rather have on this football team, and again, everything's different. But would you rather have Will McDonald, who you basically traded with the Jets, and you ended up getting Lucas Van Ness? Would you rather have a promising Will McDonald who had 10 sacks early last year, or would you rather have a Rashawn Gary?
McDonald.
And that's the problem. That is the problem, that you continue to swing and you miss. You like the dang Brewers right now. Swinging and missing right now, and you're not hitting it out the ballpark, and that is making this team suffer. And if you continue to make excuses, then this team is not going to improve. If you think it had to do with the defensive line coach, okay, well then, if this doesn't work out and the D-line still sucks, then what? Do we have to wait a whole other year?
I feel like we keep doing that. Like last year,
blame elsewhere.
Last year it was, all right, they were in the 3-4. In this 4-3, they're going to thrive. Mm-hmm. And now this year, we have a new defensive line coach with the guys that we have.
He said it. Year two in this defense, it's going to be, listen,
there's always a reason to have an excuse. And they're finding every reason. Now, is this team, again, this whole conversation is based around the fact that this is going to be a good football team.
For sure.
But I think there's a restlessness right now of just complacency of making the playoffs and it being a 15-plus year drought of ever going to a Super Bowl. And again, it's great. It's good. It's not great. Everything's good, not great. I think people are just, at least I am, wanting great again.
Well, and if this is urgency, then we can never expect anything more than he's doing now. A couple of choice free agents at positions that don't necessarily fit the need. O-line gets better. That's great. You need another cornerback, but there's still more to be there. If this is the Packers' sense of urgency, then other teams are acting with their hair on fire, relatively speaking. So when the rest of the league is doing that, particularly contenders, the Rams, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Commanders, they are all, that is what urgency to me looks like. The Packers feel like it feels like maintenance, but to Goody, it's urgency. So we can no longer expect big swings because this is like a banner year to Goody.
And if you think that getting an
he was urgent.
Well, here's the problem. Is that you're getting an offensive line. You make your offensive line better. You're going to have Jordan Love be protected to stand up better and not, be having to step up in the pocket and move around. He'll have time to throw the ball. But Jordan Love complained about his receivers not getting open late in the season. The Green Bay Packers led the NFL in drop passes. So if you don't have the wide receivers that can catch the football, the wide receivers that can get open, having one of the best offensive line in the NFL that you hope to have next year, it means absolutely nothing. You have to make sure that you have complements to things. You want to have a good old line to keep your quarterback protected, and you want to find a good wide receiver who can get open, who can take advantage of the fact that he'll have time to throw in the pocket. Goody, you got to complete the circle. You can't just go halfway and say, all right, well, let's see how all the rest of the stuff happens. No, let's do the whole dang job. Let's
you know what the
done.
problem is, Kyle? I think that you're missing is I think Goody thinks he's completed the circle.
We
haven't heard from all of the pieces of audio that we'll get to in which he says he believes in the defensive line. And Matt LaFleur is trying to convince everybody that one guy is going to emerge as the wide receiver one this year. It's the same conversations we had last year. And so in Goody's mind, he's completed the circle and figured out all those things that you think he hasn't completed.
Yeah, he really does.
Well, and when it comes,
like you said, you started this with what?
Stubborn?
He's a stubborn man. That wasn't a trick question. You looked at me with some bug eyes right there.
I started it with what?
He's like, I can't think back to 10 minutes ago.
Not at all.
And I just don't know how long one is willing to wait for guys to take a step forward. That is the phrase that is getting on my nerves as much as
taking
anything.
A step.
He's got to take the next step. Well, they as a group, they got to take the next step. That player, he's got to take the next step. Once as you've played a couple of years in the NFL, dude, nothing's changing. The speed's the same. The playbook's the same. Like, what exactly you're going to do to infuse a little bit more superhuman ability? So it can happen, but it usually doesn't because careers, like Goody said, they're so short.
Strofe, you have a list of running words that I use far too often, and then you play a sounder, like when I say, we're not being hyperbolic right now. Take the next step has outdone me reusing the same word over and over and over again because we hear it every day on every program, every single person talking about the Green Bay Packers and how they are going to become successful next year. The defensive line's got to take a next step.
But that's
the wide receivers have to take a what, Kyle?
The next step. But that is the unfortunate messaging that we have here, and it is annoying, right? Because I just get mad because I see other teams have people who take the next step, and it just seems here in Green Bay, not enough guys are doing that.
I wasn't even looking for that one.
Step.
What we need to do right now is I want to have a group chat out loud. Mark Tauscher is going to join us next. I don't care if he's listening right now, if he's driving around a soccer practice or baseball practice or God knows what. What he is going to do is he is a Goot stan to the core. He will stand by everything Gutekunst does. So if you feel that way, you must challenge Mark Tauscher when he tries to make excuses for Mr. Gutekunst.
Oh, I'll challenge him today because there's nothing that he can defend him. He's gonna try to say, well, he did
He's got to.
say, no.
The guy's just got to.
I'm gonna
take the next step.
I'm gonna ask him how long it took him to take the next step as a 7th round pick.
Damn it! Just said it again. Mark Tauscher next, but first, Brad Norton's going to tell us what was going around AmFam Field yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Around AmFam Field, the Norman House, and even at Potawatomi when we were there on Saturday night. It's carbless, of course. The sun is shining. The weather is warmer. Perfect time to introduce that Tropical Bliss variety pack that just hit the market. Blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit. Each sip feels like a tropical paradise and a mini vacation that allows you to sit back, kick back, and enjoy a fresh carbless. Not only that, the mango vodka cocktail, it feels like a ground up mango in a can that is just refreshing and that beautiful, pure taste of mango every single time. That is going to be the flavors of 2025, and you've come to love everything that Carbless has to offer. I know I have. And just like all the rest of the flavors, which are dynamite, 0 sugars, 0 carbs, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories, low carbonation. That means there's less bloat when you're drinking it, and always high on flavor. Made here in the great state of Wisconsin, there's always a reason to go grab a Carbless. Less is more with Carbless.
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, host of Willie and Tausch, joins us next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artist. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You choked against TCU. You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Look what I found.
What is it?
It's a list of the traditional and modern anniversary gifts for each year of marriage.
Sarah and I use a different list. But go ahead and tell us about yours.
The traditional gift for your first anniversary is paper, but the modern gift is a clock.
Well, our list says the first anniversary is always diamond jewelry.
What's your list called?
The People's Choice.
The traditional gift for your 6th anniversary is iron, but the modern gift is wood.
What a coincidence. For the 6th anniversary, our list says diamonds again. What do you have for the 10th anniversary, Rick?
Traditional is aluminum, modern is diamond jewelry.
Well, there you go. Our lists agree. What have you got for the 7th anniversary?
Copper and a desk set.
Nope. Diamonds again.
I'm beginning to see the wisdom of the People's Choice list.
It's good to have you on board.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Did you make up that People's Choice list, or is it real?
Well, we're people, aren't we?
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
So many of our youth carry unimaginable burdens. Anger, depression, even thoughts of suicide. At Rawhide Youth Services, we recognize their pain. We help them find hope and healing. For those that need a second chance at life, we refuse to give up on them. Please be a part of our life-saving work. When you donate your used vehicle to Rawhide, you're helping change the lives of countless youth in our communities. Go to rawhide.org/donate and help them realize a brighter future today.
Introducing the newest carbless flavor, Mango Vodka. Flavored with the essence of the ripest, freshest mangoes, Carbless Mango Vodka will transport your taste buds to a sunny beach getaway. New flavor, still the same carbless crafted cocktails with 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and only 100 calories. Enjoy a refreshing vodka cocktail without the guilt. 4 packs of the new Carbless Mango Vodka cocktail are available in stores near you. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and escape with every sip.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car, better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Nestled along the shores of Lake Michigan, the Knickerbocker Hotel offers a timeless escape in the heart of Milwaukee. Immerse yourself in the rich history of this iconic landmark where charm meets modern luxury. Picture yourself enjoying breathtaking lake views, luxurious rooms, and dining at one of the finest restaurants in the city. Whether you're visiting for a weekend getaway or a special occasion, the Knickerbocker promises an unforgettable experience. Your perfect stay awaits at the Knickerbocker Hotel. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. Being joined by Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. You can hear Tausch, Old T, on Willie and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. What's going on, Old T?
What's good, Benny? How are you?
Feeling refreshed?
You're refreshed?
That was a question. I didn't point it as well as I should have. Are you feeling refreshed?
Yeah, you had a nice little vacation.
Yeah, I feel refreshed. I feel good, I guess. Yeah, all in all, I'm, recovering a little bit from a little jet lag, but all in all, I feel pretty good.
Jet lag? You were international traveling again?
I did, yeah. I went with Karmazin. Where was Craig? I heard you guys a little bit on Sunday Karma.
He was in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. It was close to that. So, yeah, but I'm happy to be back.
Clearly, Tausch wants to say it's an undisclosed location.
Oh, okay.
You see what he was doing there now?
He was close. He was close over there. That's cool. I like that. But one thing I don't like, Tausch, I'm getting a little mad. I'm getting a little frustrated. You know why, Tausch?
Tush push?
No, not the tush push. I don't care about that. I need to have somebody push the tush or Goody to actually do something because all he's talking about, he's down there at the owners' meetings, and he's talking about the fact that these guys, he's waiting for them to take the next step. Hey, my D-line, they're going to take the next step. They're going to take the next step. The running back, not running back, the receivers take the next step. Tausch, I'm sick of hearing about taking the next step, and I want to know when they're actually going to take the next step, and how long did it take you to take the next step, Tausch?
You take next steps every year you play in the league. Mm-hmm. So I understand, everybody wants stuff done today and you want to win the off season. And I just look at a lot of teams that have great marches and all this great excitement. You're going to, and I've been saying this on your guys' show for a while, you're going to get the most improvement from your guys going from year 1 to year 2 to year 2 to year 3. So I know that's not the sexy thing to say, but that's where, you're looking for a Lucas Van Ness. You're looking for these wide receivers, whether it's going to be Reed or Wicks or whoever it's going to be. They have to take that jump. And, yes, you can go pick up free agents like they did at corner and at left guard, and you want those guys to come in and be impact players like you saw with McKinney and Jacobs, but you can't do that all the time. And the season hasn't even started. In respect to where these guys are at, they're working. They're not up in Green Bay yet. We heard from LaFleur today that they're not going to be there until the week after the draft. So,
Tausch, I hear
get it.
I
get
feel
it, but it's just not. I don't think it's panic time from the Gutenator yet because you got to now get ready for the draft. There is a process that this goes through. And everybody wants to speed it up, but that's just unfortunately not.
I want more Mark Tauschers. I want guys that can come. Literally, Mark.
Let me jump in here with a real-time example. If you want to keep going, go at him.
Mark Tauscher, I just want you to know, as a 7th-round draft pick you were right out of Wisconsin,
Yep.
You were more productive year 1 right away. You were healthy, more productive than what we have from Jordan Morgan, a 1st-round draft pick. But we're going to be hearing about him after this season.
Yeah,
well,
but you know
we
what?
need him to take the next step, and Rasheed Walker beat him out, and he's going to rotate. Like, I want guys like you. I don't want to have to wait all these years for first-round picks to take the next step. That seventh-round picks can already do year one.
I was just going to say Rasheed Walker has played 2 years as, basically the starting left tackle as a seventh-round pick. So there are going to be guys. Everybody doesn't grow and evolve at the same time. And first-round picks have higher expectations. There's more pressure on them to perform sooner, but it just doesn't – it's not always going to play out where guys are going to get thrown right in there and going to be playing and starting and getting all those opportunities. I don't want rookies to always have to step in and do that. I don't think that's necessarily the best thing either. Not just quarterback. There's other positions. I think Edgerrin Cooper is going to be another one of those guys when you're talking about getting better from within. You saw the defense get better as the season evolved, and that's because Edgerrin Cooper got more comfortable, and he's an impact player. So that's going to be where this team takes the next step and the big jump. It's not going to be picking up a free agent on April 1st. I just don't think that's going to be as big of a deal as seeing all these young players that you hope develop into becoming really good players for your team.
Yeah, no. So Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, joining us here on Kyle Brust Nortman. I think part of the frustration is there's too many to point to, and there's some examples that you get excited about. But when you look at like a Tucker Kraft, I think a lot of people will look at him and hear Matt LaFleur talk about him and can feel really good about the step that he will take based off what he's shown. Lucas Van Ness was picked 13th in the NFL draft. It's hard for fans, and I understand why, to be like, yeah, I'm going to trust in Goody and his process and believing the defensive line is going to take that next step, as we keep utilizing this word and phrase next step, when there wasn't enough evidence through his time as a Packer to give me confidence he's going to do that. Because the evidence isn't there necessarily for Devontae Wyatt. We talk about flashes. We don't talk about consistency. Quay Walker, we talk about flashes. We don't talk about consistency. There just seems to be too many of these guys to point to not give confidence in believing in this process right now.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and fight you on that. I think everybody wants things to happen immediately. But I'm telling you, if I was doing this hit with you guys back in 2016 or 2017, you would be having the same conversations about Davante Adams. And you can go back and look at all of the different players. Not everybody starts as a rookie. Not everybody is a great player in year two. There are other circumstances that come into play. And now that doesn't mean every one of those guys is going to be Davante, but there is a process, and yes, you want to take next steps, and you want to do it last year, and there's concern at the wide receiver position. I'm with you guys. Guys didn't take the step, and it wasn't because they didn't have opportunities. There was too many drops. Those are the things that you have to, make that next step and be better. And if you don't, then Goody's going to be on it, because Goody is looking at this, and you didn't see the big move made at wide receiver, because you're kind of banking that you're going to get better and better. That's the question. Are they going to get better? And will the offense be better? And I think from my perspective, that's the biggest unknown we have is that wide receiver position.
Taushi, when the offseason began, Goody honestly made waves saying, you know what, we got to have a sense of urgency. And he talked about the organization, the players. And we sort of all took that like, oh, wow. Goody's going to operate with a sense of urgency this offseason. Doubled down in talking about the players needing a sense of urgency at the owners' meetings, but he basically said, look, I'm doing my job. Like, I acted with a sense of urgency. Look at our free agency. Would you describe this year's offseason for the Green Bay Packers as having a sense of urgency? And if not, what adjective would you use to describe this offseason so far?
Well, what I would say is it was not desperate. And I don't want to be acting out of places of desperation. Is there anybody here that doesn't think Goody thought that the wide receiver position needed to be upgraded or needed to be improved? But it has to be at the right price. You can't just go and say, well, I want to go get a wideout. Well,
enough with the right price. If they signed Devontae to the contract, they could have made that exact same price or close to it work. And they didn't even call him.
I'm talking DK Metcalf. Listen, man, I wanted Devontae. I'm with you guys on that side of it. But I'm talking what you don't do is because you're desperate or the urgency, there's a fine line between urgency and desperation. And if you're going to go and do something big and you're wrong, just like I'm sure you guys went during the trade deadline, oh, my God, we got to get what's-his-face from Pittsburgh that ended up going to the Bears. I can't remember his name now. He gave him up a second-round pick, and Green Bay wanted to do
Chase
it.
Claypool.
Chase Claypool.
I wasn't a fan of his.
Claypool. You guys would be sitting there saying, oh, Claypool has to get – you don't just do stuff to do stuff. It has to make sense.
Well, they don't do stuff at all. So, I mean, that's cherry picking. Like, they don't do that ever.
They don't do stuff at all. They picked up the best safety in the business last year, the best
Coach, you used an in-season trade. They don't do that.
They don't do what?
They don't pick up guys.
Listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and Devondre Campbell got picked up. They picked up Keyshawn Nixon. You guys are cherry picking what you want. I can cherry pick what I want.
The cherry pick off.
They paid the highest paid guys. They went about their business. They wanted to pick up a corner, and they wanted to improve. This free agency class, in their opinion, wasn't that strong. They went and picked up what they thought. They spent very big dollars at left guard, very big. Then they went and found who they think can be a starting corner for them and paid him a contract that is it's not a monster, but you guys act like they haven't done anything. They have two big pickups in free agency. You can't pick up 7 guys and pay them top dollar. And then
okay, it's fine. It's all good. We're not seeing it the same way, but now you're trying to make us look like we want 7 $100 million guys.
What do you want? What did you want? What do you
Tausch, the defensive line is the same, and they're trying to sell us that it's going to be better. The wide receiver the same. They knew they needed something. Now you're trying to sell me it's going to be better. It's fine.
What do you want them to do? Instead of yelling,
okay,
what do you want them to do?
You said they didn't act desperate. Well, they didn't act in anything. They didn't even call Devontae. It's malpractice, and you know that, but you sound like you're on Goody's payroll right now.
Oh, wow.
They did.
Cha-ching.
Obviously, you didn't want Devontae back. You asked Goody why he didn't want him. I wanted Devontae. What do you mean I'm acting like I'm on his payroll? I was clamoring to bring Devontae, and they didn't. So, okay. Now, I didn't want DK Metcalf. I don't want to just make a move to make a move. That's where I guess I differ with you, Benny. I'm not going to sit here and panic about it. Now, is the receiving position need to be better than what it was? Yes. But there's young players. Benny, were you as good as a freshman as you were as a senior?
This isn't apples to apples.
It's not apples to apples. For you, it is. But that's how this works. You get better. And if you don't, Goody will be gone. If the receivers stink and the offense stinks and everything goes, guys get fired. That's how this works. Goody's done a really good job. He's rebuilt this roster. You guys want to disagree with that, but guys have to get an opportunity to continue to grow. And if they don't, and you don't make the right moves, you lose your job. That's the accountability of the business.
Tausch, it just seems like they're content with good because they limit themselves with, okay, we're not going to take anyone over 30. We're not going to engage in trade. We're just going to draft and develop. And they got a lot of guys across the team that are good. And we just hope they take that next step. It just seems like there is a contentment in Green Bay with making the playoffs and just kind of hoping that you catch lightning in a bottle one year.
All right. I'm just dumbfounded because you're not going to be the 1 seed every year. You're not. They want to. You're telling me you don't think they want to win a championship?
No, they.
Actions over words.
I will say this. You know, I'm a Packer backer just like you, but we both know what they did this offseason. This was not an offseason to put them in a position to win a championship. Your receiving room is actually worse than what it was due to injury and not having Christian Watson. Now, your offensive line is better, but at the cornerback position, you're not going to have Jair Alexander at all.
You didn't have him last year either.
You had him for some games, but now at all. Your cornerback room did not get better. Your D-line is going to be, you're going to hope that Lucas Van Ness takes the next step, but you're not going to get much more out of Rashawn Gary. You're not going to get much more out of Kenny Clark. He's 30. And so at this point, it's just the Packers did not do enough to put themselves in a position to say, that team right there, oh, yeah, they're for sure. They're going to be knocking at the door to do something.
Deal. You guys believe that, and you can, and you have every right to do it. That's not how Goody feels.
That's ultimately,
that stubbornness is going to be his Achilles heel because he's going to be sitting here with us in a couple years.
Listen, guys, if you guys are right and this team goes 6-11 next year and they stink on
here we go. I've said they're going to be 9-12. Anywhere from, or 9 to 12 wins in that range, and it's going to feel a lot like last year. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
The bottom line is, if you guys are right, and the world is caving in, and they're going to be an average team and maybe be the 7th seed again.
Actually, he hangs up on us. I want to hang up on him because now he's trying to speak for us, and I'm not for it.
He's spinning us to be some
The only thing I'm aligned with Mark Tauscher is how good Gina Della from Pella is, and I saw her yesterday in the flesh, Tausch.
Did you guys hang up on me, or am I hanging up on you?
Now it's a hang up.
I was actually trying to hang up.
Okay. I'm dropping you.
Oh,
dropping you.
Tausch.
He gone. I got rid of him.
La la la.
Tell us about Gina Della.
Man, I'd love to tell you about Gina from Della because she always delivers with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I mean, this time of year, the weather is getting a little bit nicer. Won't be long before that heat is dialed up. And you're going to want to keep that air conditioning on the inside. No better place to go than Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to completely remake your house from the inside out or the outside in. That's the benefit. Doors, windows, you see them both inside and outside. Not only that, durable, affordable plan that they can be able to make it work for you. Unbelievable uniqueness and craftsmanship that they can work with to fit whatever color, whatever style, whatever home. That's what Pella Windows and Doors has to offer. So don't wait. Go and get your free consultation and check out the deals that end on April 30th to get your in-home consultation today and finally make that home upgrade that you need with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I love that. Two different thought processes. Two different ways of getting results. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. But there's more to dive into. Don't you worry. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We're with you next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what?
990
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
What's up, guys? We're back this year with my annual Home Plate charity concert presented by American Family Insurance. We'll be at the Pabst Theater on April 17th with performances from the Goo Goo Dolls and the Nicotine Dolls. Proceeds will benefit Live Like Lou, Visit Milwaukee, and the Brewers Community Foundation. There are sponsorship opportunities and tickets on sale now, so click the link in my bio to check it out, and I'll see you there.
Christian Yelich's Home Plate charity concert presented by American Family Insurance. April 17th at the Pabst Theater. Get your tickets now at visitmilwaukee.org/Yelich.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 9 to 12 ounce, 10 count, or 32 ounce selected varieties Starbucks coffee, $8.99. 14 ounce or 6 count selected varieties Häagen-Dazs ice cream, $3.99. 4 to 4.5 ounce selected varieties Sargento Balance Breaks, 2 for $6. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny Delight, 2 for $3.
Let's get some strawberries.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners.
How do your books look? Are they ready for your tax return to be prepared? Did you and your accountant talk during the year and develop a plan to minimize your tax bill? Or does this sound like you? You can never get a hold of your CPA. Phone calls are not returned and questions are never answered. Your books are a mess and the bank account hasn't been reconciled since last year. You don't get any advice to help you run your business. That's not the case with the Neal Group. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow. We like to work with you throughout the year to keep your books up to date so you run your business profitably. Are you ready to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net to book a meeting and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait, do it now. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 59. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 59 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry, these high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Strofe running the show, playing songs that are getting him in his feels. You, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. And we're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison. Look, at the end of the day, I've really enjoyed having Mark Tauscher on, Kyle Bruston Nortman, because, again, there's two different ways of thinking about building a team throughout an offseason. Some people think the Packers acted with enough urgency. Some people do not. I wonder where Keith and Madison stands on that. I'd love to bring in Keith on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Keith, happy Tuesday.
Hey, guys. I'm a huge Tausch fan. I mean, the guy was a Wisconsin boy from born and raised, right? Yeah. And I don't dislike you guys, but I got to tell you, man, you're driving me flipping nuts over the last few weeks here. It sounds like you guys want to play fantasy football, not NFL football.
Are you good just being the 7th seed and getting knocked out of the playoffs?
No, I'm not. And I don't think for any way, shape, or form, neither is Goody, nor is Matt the coach.
But they've really done much to change that.
I don't see what you guys are saying. The only position I agree with you a little bit on is wide receiver, only because Christian Watson is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that team is going to be just fine this year.
Exactly.
The defensive line, the new coach, yes.
Just fine. No, I want him back. So what about the defensive line, Keith? Have they done that makes you feel confident that they're going to be what they need to be to compete in 4 games or 3 games in the playoffs to win a Super Bowl?
I think the defensive line is much better than you give it credit for. There's an awful lot of folks, especially you guys, over the last couple of months, making fun of and laughing about Rashawn Gary making the Pro Bowl. The guy was a beast, okay? Pass rush is not the only statistic that counts in this game. Look back to, Smith, 55. I can't think of his first name.
Zadarius.
The other one. Zadarius. 5 years ago, yeah, he had like 12 to 13 sacks, but you know how many flipping missed tackles he had because he was rushing upfield and getting blocked out and getting trapped? I mean, good God, every time they ran off tackle, he was upfield 5 yards, and the running back's running inside him for 25 yards.
Keith, they paid Rashawn Gary not what they paid Zadarius Smith. They paid him to be a top 5 defensive end in the NFL, and he's not producing to that level.
I believe he is.
Oh, then I can't. Then we're just going to disagree because you're just like, you're wrong and you think you're right. But the majority of people, if I polled, is Rashawn Gary living up to expectations, would say no. 90% of them would say no, Keith. So you can be mad at us, but the results will show you that they're just not good enough right now at the defensive line. They invested in someone that's not giving them enough. They invested the 13th pick in the NFL draft, Keith, Lucas Van Ness, that's not giving them enough.
Keith,
Will McDonald was picked 2 picks after them, had 10.5 sacks. Yet we're giving too much grief to the defensive line? We are? We are. Oh, it's our fault that they're not producing. Sorry, Keith. God bless. We're back in 2 minutes. This is ridiculous.
I need caller 10 right now. Are you smarter than Ben Brust is coming up next as Ben Brust leaves the studio.
I thought you were going to have an aneurysm.
Whoa, he turned red.
Right there.
That was good stuff from Benny.
Oh, he's going to be messed up now for this.
Well, hold on. Now that he's left the room, we can have a little conversation as we wait for caller 10. Are you smarter than Ben Brust right now on the Cardinals Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Today is April Fool's Day, so we're not going to do this for the contestant, but we're going to do it for Benny. Every time he answers a question, I need you guys to be good actors and act like he's getting them right.
You two in the YouTube chat because he likes to cheat sometimes.
Let's pretend he gets all 15 right on April Fool's Day.
You can't be obvious. You got to say, oh, wow.
Wow. Ooh, right?
Oh,
Just
wow.
A little,
Okay.
little
Okay.
action.
I like that.
Okay, our special guest is going to join us on the other side, but right now I need caller 10, 800-990-3776. You are going up against Ben Brust. Coming up next in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust in 2 minutes. Caller 10 right now, 800-990-3776. Are you smarter than Ben Brust after this on KBN?
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Drum roll, please.
Carbless is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbless perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbless is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why Bliss is more with Carbless.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Oh, that's right, it is KBN. Here on ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, ESPN Beaver Dam. Shout out to those on YouTube and listening all over. Because you know what it is, you know what time it is right now. Tuesday, 3 o'clock. It's Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? We're on some epic losing streaks right now. Kyle, 0 for 7 with his sports bets.
Yeah. I am. I'm on a losing streak, but if first you don't succeed, try again.
That is exactly right. And Ben Brust so far winless in 2025, and we are joined by a special guest today. Speaking of Kyle losing his bets at Potawatomi Resort and Casino, we have Luis from Potawatomi Resort and Casino. Luis, welcome in to Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? How are you feeling? Are you excited to give Ben another loss?
That
Are You
is
Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's my main goal here today. Hand Ben an L
right? Kyle, love that you've been losing. That's great for us. Keep those bets coming. That's fantastic.
Luis, I can't go over in the NCAA tournament, so I have to keep bringing them in. So
I'm sure baby girl's not gonna like if you keep going over.
She told me that it might be a sign, but I said I am not a loser.
All right.
Well, I'll say this too. So we obviously had the analysis at Potawatomi Casino Hotel on Saturday night, and Ben was talking. We started the show with it that he kind of was on a little bit of a run, but ended up, He was a loser on Saturday night, so maybe he's already a little bit blood pressure high now that we have Luis here thinking that maybe the losses continue for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust.
The ghosts are just following him now to work.
That's right.
That's tough for you, Ben, but hey.
That is right. Strophy, let's go ahead and spin it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's right. It is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Here's how you play. 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, you're going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. And today, competing against Ben Brust is Ryan in Madison. Ryan, how's morale? How are we feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good. Let's just, I don't want to give too much pressure, but let's do this.
You good?
You got this.
You good, Ryan?
Settle down. Deep breath.
You're competing against an offer for 2025. I think you have the upper hand.
I know.
If I was setting the odds, like anyone would be at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, I would have you as the heavy favorite against Ben Brust. Heavy favorite.
Plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Potawatomi, our special guest, Luis, is going to go ahead and answer you these questions. So, Luis, just say, I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1. Start asking the questions, and let Ryan and Madison try his hand at Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Let's do it. Ryan, you ready?
Yes, let's do this.
3, 2, 1. April 1st brings an annual holiday featuring pranks. What is it called?
Pass.
What is the maximum score in a single frame of bowling?
300.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What is the name of the ship that carried the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I'm not sure which one of those three. The Nina.
In what decade was the first email ever sent?
Wait, can I change that?
Yes, you can.
Wait, start over.
Quickly.
Mayflower.
In what decade was the first email ever sent?
Pass.
What does a cartographer create?
A map.
What is the deepest of the 5 Great Lakes?
Superior.
What is the only planet in our solar system that rotates on its side?
Pass.
What is a term for an animal that can live both in water and on land?
Pass.
What is the capital city of Thailand?
Bangkok.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamond.
What is the main gas that makes up bubbles in soda?
CO2.
Well, who was the first
Carbon
female
dioxide.
British Prime Minister?
Margaret Thatcher.
¿Quién es el entrenador de baloncesto masculino de los Golden Eagles?
Wait, now what?
Sorry about that, Ryan. I had to do it.
That was good.
I know a little poquito.
You want to repeat it? You want to repeat it for you real quick?
I'll let him read it one more time.
In Spanish.
Slower.
Listo.
Slower.
¿Quién es el entrenador de baloncesto masculino de los Golden Eagles de Marquette?
I don't know.
All right, there you have it. Still a really good run there by Ryan and Madison. That's an 8 spot. Let me go grab Benny.
I was nervous at first.
And again, remember, it is April Fool's Day. So we're going to make him believe he's going for all 15.
Now, we can't be over the top like, dang, we gotta be like.
Yeah, we're trying to make Ben
business like usual for you, Luis.
On a roll. Because usually we laugh at him when he gets his absurd, obvious answers.
Maybe we
incorrect.
should laugh. Maybe we should laugh at first, and then be whoa.
Like, oh,
Whoa.
shoot.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Should I give a little like?
Yeah, give like some eyebrow.
Yeah,
eyebrow
like when you
raises,
read it, he gets one like,
yeah.
Ah! Hey.
My second favorite Badger of all time after Brad Davison is in the building.
Hey, Brad Davison.
Wow, how does it feel to be
Let's
below
just say
Brad
Luis
Davison?
probably said that in a little jest.
You're both on my Mount Rushmore of Badgers.
Look at that.
Quite the
Least
company.
favorites?
Yeah, the ones you
Quite
hate the most.
the company.
Goats.
Louis, did you hate Ben Bruss when he was at Wisconsin?
No. In terms of my least favorite Badgers of all time, Ben wasn't even up there.
Oh, wow.
No.
How'd you feel about those teams in general? Or did you find yourself at all
called
rooting
jealousy.
for them? Or?
When they made the national
2003.
championship, I was rooting for Wisconsin to win because it was for the greater of the state.
I like that.
But when they
Wisconsin
lost,
guy.
I was calling all my Badger friends. I even got some of them Grayson Allen jerseys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's petty. I
wow.
like that.
That is.
Yeah.
I like
It's
a
kinda
good
like-
petty move.
Because Marquette has won their national championship, so it's sort of like, you'll never get this.
Were
you'll
you
never
born
get
for that
this.
one, Luis?
My dad was.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did inherit it. All right, it's Are You
Can't claim
Smarter
a championship you weren't alive for.
Fair.
All right, well, it is Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss? Presented by Lakeland University. You're playing against Ryan and Madison, Ben. Here's how you play. 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. Allowed to say pass. We will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Ryan and Madison beats you, he's going to win a ESPN Wisconsin prize package. And we got Luis from Potawatomi Resort and Hotel.
Casino Hotel.
Casino Hotel. My bad. That's why I don't do the hosting. That's why Ben does it.
We don't have a spa yet.
That'd be
Luis,
great.
go ahead and take it over.
All right, Ben, ready? 3.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not ready. I'm still fired up from yelling on the radio like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And is Taylor Swift just staring at you right now? Just
It's a wonderful sweatshirt. I should have painted that picture before. He put on a Taylor Swift sweatshirt that eyes are just, they're glaring at
they're
Ben.
piercing
Bruss right
at
now.
you, Ben.
Piercing.
It just reminds me of waking up every Saturday to, wife and daughter listening to all the Swiftie songs. So, yes, it's bringing me joy.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad I could bring you some joy today, Benny. 3, 2, 1. April 1st brings an annual holiday featuring pranks. What is it called?
April Fool's Day.
What is the maximum score in a single frame of bowling?
Single frame 10.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What is the name of the ship that carried the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
Mayflower.
In what decade was the first email ever sent?
To 1980.
What does a photographer create?
Photographs.
What is the deepest of the 5 Great Lakes?
Superior.
Oh, wow. It's cooking.
What is the only planet in our solar system that rotates on its side?
Let's go with Venus.
What is a term for an animal that can live both in water and on land?
It's wrong, but I'm going to say amphibian.
What is the capital city of Thailand?
Bangkok.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Natural.
What is the main gas that makes up
what
bubbles?
was the question?
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Rock.
What is the main gas that makes up bubbles in soda?
Carbonation.
Who was the first female British Prime Minister?
Pass. Margaret Thatcher. Oh, wow.
¿Quién es el entrenador de baloncesto masculino de los Golden Eagles?
C.
In Greek mythology, who was the king of the gods?
Thanos.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's right. They were all right.
Wait, actually?
This is the worst day of my life.
You cooked.
That's.
Did I go 15 or 15?
You just went 15 to 15.
Are you joking?
Dog.
No.
Dude,
Yo, are you guys messing with me?
You cooked.
Was up.
Are you kidding me? No, it's April Fool's Day.
No.
It's April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day.
You cooked, man. What you mean?
Read the answers. Oh, damn you guys. Oh, damn you guys. Oh, damn you guys.
That was pure joy.
Oh, April Fool's is back. I said it was dead. I got done.
Sure did.
God.
Hey, you guys keep me up 15 for 15?
Spot for Ben Bruss falls one short of Ryan Madison. 11 and 2 in 2025.
You played it off well. So this is the
Good
worst
work.
day of my life. And I was like, this is the best day of my life.
But hold on, can I just say I do have a little something here. You have been a good sport, Benny. And at Potawatomi, you have one of our rewards cards. This is one that we don't just give to anybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this April
I know.
Fool's too?
Wow.
We don't just give these to anybody. And I just wanted you to have one so that you can...
I'm not getting got twice now.
All right.
Well,
You can open it.
Yeah,
You can.
He's offering.
You can open it at a later time.
No.
No, it's
What is?
disrespectful.
Wait,
we have a guest.
wait a minute. There's cards.
We invite him into
So
our space.
they're given to very important guests. Very
And Ben,
important.
you already have the one card, don't you?
This is baloney. I already know it's baloney.
Aren't you going to open it up?
I'm going to open it up, but I know you guys, I can see through the envelope that it's a business card.
He was so excited.
When Luis pulled it back, he just about jumped over the table.
He couldn't risk it.
I love April Fools.
So good.
I'm having no fun. I thought I cooked. I thought I got upgraded at Pato. I thought it became a resort. All of a sudden, I was going to go to the spa.
All the dreams coming true in Ben Brust's life.
Came
And now I
crashing
got to
down.
say, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, 2,000 square foot video wall, fantastic place to be. Great food, great drink specials, a broadcast booth that I get to the weekly wagering Wednesdays from 6 to 7. Great people there, except everyone named. Just kidding. I love you, Luis. Check them out.
Wow.
I'm in a little bit of.
We got to run through the answers?
I don't know if I can.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a break. Like, I'm like shaking because you guys fooled me
You
so
get your
good.
heart rate down a little bit?
Man, he
Yeah.
thought he cooked. He thought
I
he
gotta
was
check
perfect.
the heart rate right now.
Thought you were perfect and thought you had a great card.
been a
Here he
roller
goes
coaster
again
ride
with
for
the heart
Ben.
rate.
Yeah, here.
Oh, no.
Is it too high, Benny Bros?
We're over 100.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not
Too
good.
excitable.
That's not good.
Too excited.
It's like when one of those bets hits. That's the only time I ever see that heart rate go up. Huh, Ben?
Yeah, okay. We're going to take a break.
Give him some water.
I'm going to go get some cold water, and then we're going to go through the answers. And I'm okay that I wasn't upgraded at Pato, but I'm not.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him hey, Booty, Bud. It is Bud.
Did they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, we have a couple of incidents on the road. We have a disabled vehicle on the exit to Main Street from I-41/US Route 45 South. And we have backups on 43 North starting from Brown Street and clearing up at Keefe Avenue. We also have backups at the Stadium Interchange from 30th Street up to Mitchell Boulevard. Escape the Knickerbocker on the lake. Enjoy stunning lake views, luxurious rooms, and exceptional dining. Experience timeless charm and modern luxury in the heart of Milwaukee. Book your stay at the KnickerbockerOnTheLake.com. Tonight we'll have a mix of rain and snow with a low of 35 degrees, and Wednesday we'll have morning rainstorms likely with a chance of thunderstorms by the evening with a high of 63 degrees. This weather update is brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. No matter the forecast, they have something to lift your spirit. Less than an hour from Green Bay. Visit us in Ironwood and Menominee or online at findhigherlove.com/CBD. From the WPMJ Traffic Center, I'm Sean Brunda on 94.5 ESPN.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
It's time for you and that diamond to come alive again.
At the 4th annual Spring Ring Cleaning at Kessler's.
Even if you have a good ultrasonic jewelry cleaner,
It can't match the pressurized steam cleaning we do at Kessler's.
Let us steam clean and polish your engagement ring.
for free.
I'm Joe Gerke, president of Kessler's, and we want to strip away all the soap scum that is making your diamond look dull.
For free. And while we're doing it, we'll inspect the prongs on your ring to make sure your diamond isn't about to fall out.
It's the 4th annual Spring Ring Cleaning at Kessler's.
Here's another idea. Bring us anything you own that needs to be repaired.
And we'll give you a price to make it like new again.
And if you have some old jewelry you don't wear anymore,
We can make something unique and wonderful out of it.
unique in all the world.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
What's up, guys? We're back this year with my annual Home Plate charity concert presented by American Family Insurance. We'll be at the Pabst Theater on April 17th with performances from the Goo Goo Dolls and the Nicotine Dolls. Proceeds will benefit Live Like Lou, Visit Milwaukee, and the Brewers Community Foundation. There are sponsorship opportunities and tickets on sale now, so click the link in my bio to check it out, and I'll see you there.
Christian Yelich's Home Plate Charity Concert, presented by American Family Insurance, April 17th at the Pabst Theater. Get your tickets now at visitmilwaukee.org/Yelich. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
But even with nothing on, bet I made you look. I made you look. Yeah,
Hey, you're in the 06010. Yeah, that's right. ESPN's Fantasy Focus podcast. Fantasy Focus is coming to Green Bay, and we want to send you to Green Bay. That's Field Yates, Daniel Dopp, Mike Clay, Liz Loza, and Stefania Bell from the Fantasy Focus podcast on Wednesday, April 23rd. We're doing a live show at the Tundra Trio just outside of historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay. ESPN Wisconsin wants to send you and a friend up to Green Bay to see the 06010 live and in person. Can you tell I'm excited? You should be excited too. Caller 8 right now wins 2 tickets to ESPN's Fantasy Focus live at the Tundra Trio. See the show up close, meet all the hosts, and get complimentary food and drinks and Fantasy Focus football podcast merch. That's caller 8 right now, 800-990-3776, 800-990-3776. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for full details. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Less is more. Now, this is a first. The answers to Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss were left in front of me. So with Strofe answering for the Fantasy Football podcast, Fantasy Focus, April 1st brings an annual holiday featuring pranks. What is it called? April Fool's Day. Good job, Ben.
You got that right, Benny.
Nailed it.
Now, this one I'm mad about. What is the maximum score in a single frame of bowling?
Even I know this.
Yeah, and I'm a bowler.
I thought it was like 20.
It's 30, guys.
30. Oh, okay.
30. In the 10th frame, you can get 3 rolls of 10, but also the scoring works if you get 3 strikes in a row, you get 30 on the frame. So on a frame, you can get 30
Wait a minute.
regardless.
If I get a strike,
that's how you get 300.
But wait, if I
think about it. What's the best score in bowling?
Yeah, it's perfect score 300.
So 10 frames.
I thought if I got
300.
a strike, it's more than 10 though.
It is if you get consecutive strikes. And even if you don't, it counts for your next roll in the next frame. Like it carries over some of the pins.
That's
confusing. That's why they say like you want to stay closed. So if you have a strike and then you roll a 7 and then you only get a 2 for a 9, you don't get to carry over the bonus of getting a strike. It's your open frame, so you have to start over again.
Getting the spare is beneficial.
Beneficial to
when
your
is
score.
Jesse Nelson washing your car?
It's a great question. Moving on here. Who invented the telephone? That is Alexander Graham Bell.
Good answer. Good
What
answer.
is the name of the ship that carried pilgrims to America in 1620? That is the Mayflower.
Cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I just missed this one. In what decade was the first email ever sent? That was 1970s. I'd answered 1980s. And if I missed anything here from the caller, because I didn't hear the caller, please fill in the blanks here.
I forgot what he said. I was still tripping off the April Fools that he missed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You guys told me in the break that he missed April Fools.
Yeah, I was very nervous.
I was like, oh, man, Ben's going to get his win.
What is the deepest of the 5 Great Lakes? Lake Superior.
You got that one right.
Yep.
You did too. You were cooking, man.
What is the only planet in our solar system that rotates on the side? That was Uranus. And that is where Luis of Potawatomi Casino Hotel started like
starting to show his face like I was crushing it, so I thought I nailed it when I said Venus, I think.
You said Venus. You spoke with such confidence.
Yes, you did.
I did get this right. What is the term for an animal that can live both in water and on land?
Yeah, when you said out loud, I'm going to get this wrong, amphibian.
Yes.
Which is right.
Which is right.
It was a guess.
Well, what is the capital of Thailand? That is Bangkok. Props on me for not reading that as Thailand. What is the hardest
Why would you
natural?
read it as Thailand?
Because I'm Ron Burgundy, and I'm like when I read it, I know it's called Thailand, but when you read it, you want to read Thailand.
Thailand.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth? That is diamond. I said rock.
You did.
He said diamond.
Rock. What is the main gas that makes the bubbles in soda? That's carbon dioxide.
You said carbohydrates?
CO2. No, he said carbonation,
I said
which
carbonation.
is not a gas.
No, not a gas. Not a gas. And then who was the first female British prime minister? I pulled out Margaret Thatcher.
Good for you. We can finally retire that one.
This one's going to be tough. ¿Quién es el entrenador de baloncesto masculino de los Golden Eagles?
That's who's the head coach of the men's basketball team?
I said C.
Of the Golden Eagles men's basketball team.
It is Shaka Smart, and in Greek mythology, who is the king of the gods? And this is why I'm most embarrassed by falling for the April Fool's prank, because I said Thanos, and I knew that was wrong, but then I started convincing myself in real time that Thanos was a Greek god. It is Zeus.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that you thought Thanos was a Greek god.
7 spot for you, 8 spot for Ryan and Madison. So combined, 15 out of 30. Not bad.
Will you win at all this year? I mean, you've gone
I'm
3
working
months
on
without
it.
winning. We're in the.
This was the closest one yet. A 1-point loss, right? No, that's ties.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Man, people are rooting for me to win, which is sad because I keep letting them down on the Carbos Talking text line.
You've got a lot of Benny believers out there.
They're still believing, and I suck.
Yeah, you do stink. So this was actually my girlfriend's idea to make you believe you got all 15 right for April Fool's
She's a better
Day.
content brain than you. Let's hire her.
That's exactly what I told her. So I ran the idea past Josh DiMaggio, and you know, as the past and current maestros of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, we came to the conclusion.
Let's call you a sous chef.
Sure, I'll take it. We came to the conclusion that we needed to make the questions easy today.
Yeah,
to
they
make
felt
it believable.
easy. That's why I felt like I cooked.
I made them a little easier today. You actually did worse than you did last week. You had a 9 spot last week and still lost.
So I did worse with the easier questions.
That is correct, Benjamin.
Woof.
Wolf is right, man. I mean, I'm just disappointed in you, buddy.
Wolf is right, man. Thanks for rubbing it in.
You know how he's gone 3 months without getting a victory.
Is there a date by which you'll start to feel
defeated? No.
Yeah, the pride
No shame.
really starts to take a ding.
No shame here.
Brad, you used to work in finance.
Yeah.
How would your bosses react if you created $0 in quarter one?
Panic, and on the hot.
That's
seat.
real revenue. This is a game.
Bro, but you're a competitive individual. Like, what happened?
I'm not that book smart.
We are a quarter of the way through the year, 25% of the way through.
Damn.
And you're like we're going to talk about the Brewers in the 4 o'clock hour. You are worlds worse than them at 0-4.
I don't know. At least I've been a little bit more competitive. Like, I only lost by 1. They lost 11-1. This is me justifying how I stink in my head.
Yeah, the bar is low.
Yeah, but you're 0-11-2. They're only 0-4.
Does your fiance keep asking you, did you win yet? Did you win yet? Did you win yet?
Ooh, that would be painful to go home to every Tuesday. And wait till baby breast, baby girl breast starts saying, "Daddy, did you win?"
Oh
no! Sorry, I lost again.
I actually might motivate me to hit the books.
Yeah.
No, won't.
Maybe I'm a loser at this. Maybe you'll be smarter.
This is why you read.
I was I picked up a book yesterday at the Brewers game. We were in our suite. And there was a book laying there. And I was just like, I'm gonna open up this book and try to read a page.
How'd that go?
I got through the page and I was like, what did I just read?
Reading comprehension. What was it about? What was the book about?
Steinbrenner. The Yankees and Tom Brady and dynasties and
oh wow. I mean, I guess
that's what I got from one page.
Something sunk in, but not sentences, just names.
Just names.
Just names.
That's my retention. Wow. Kyle, you had a cool moment today.
How did I have a cool moment today?
Somebody came to your household.
Oh my gosh, the Weed Man sure did.
The Weed Man,
Sure
weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment, half off at weedman.com, because you want to have that lush green, weed-free yard that Kyle, Brad, myself are going to have. They've been to my house. They've been to Kyle's house. And they're stocking up with all the materials to go to the old Nortman estate, because that's going to take them a whole day to get through.
Ours is cool.
Yeah.
Ours was boop, in,
preparing
out.
himself for it.
Here's your email. Here's your receipt.
They washed up because they put some layer stuff down today, fertilizer, and he said, I cleaned off the driveway too to make sure you're all good with that, in the patio as well, and all that shade in the back. Don't worry about that. That's why the grass is not growing. We're going to take good care of you. So I was like, dude, I love the Weed Man.
When Kyle said that the Weed Man came to you, Ben Brust, I literally had jealousy. I have jealousy in my heart. I can't wait for the Weed Man to come to me. I'm sick of looking at my lawn. I need the Weed Man.
Well, it's kid and pet friendly, so make sure you get Weed Man at weedman.com and get 50% off so you can have that golf course quality fertilizer and effective weed control. All part of that winning game plan to make people stop and stare and say, ooh, that is a delicious looking home. That's weedman.com for 50% off.
Kyle loves the Weed Man.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be piled.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We have a couple of incidents out on the road. We're looking at a disabled vehicle on the exit to Main Street from I-41 and US Route 45 South. Now we have backups on 43 North starting from Walnut Street and clearing up after Keefe Avenue. And we'll have some regular backups through the Stadium Interchange starting from 30th Street and then clearing up at Mitchell Boulevard. Dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. Tonight we'll get a mix of rain and snow tonight across the Milwaukee area with a low of 35 degrees. And Wednesday we'll see some morning rain, storms likely, and thunderstorms later in the evening with a high of 63 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Sean Brunda on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
There's a winning magic powering up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This April, prepare for an exciting quest to $300,000 in the Enchanted Spin Slot Tournament. Just conjure your rewards card and play slots to earn drawing entries. Each Thursday, 60 winners will compete for thousands in cash and prizes. Let your journey begin with Enchanted Spins, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 5-9. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry! These high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
Your team, your favorite players, and another chance to chase history. Experience the next level energy at Fiserv Forum as the Milwaukee Bucks make their 9th consecutive postseason appearance. Don't miss a second of the most exciting matchups, epic buzzer beaters, and high-stakes postseason moments. Secure your seats for the Bucks playoffs, presented by BMO. Get in on the action at bucks.com/playoffs. That's bucks.com/playoffs.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
That's right. They were all right.
Wait, actually?
This is the worst day of my life.
You cooked.
Did I go 15 to 15?
You just went 15 to 15.
Are you joking?
Dog.
No.
Yo, are you guys messing with me?
You cooked.
Was up.
Are you kidding me? It's April Fool's Day.
No.
It's April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day. Damn it! It sounds worse listening back than I remember in real. I'm so good. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, somewhat.
It was so pure. It was so pure.
Oh my god, and that's the sad part is first off, I got 7 out of 15, not 15 out of 15. I need to get above 50%. And then I said Thanos is the Greek god of whatever, and he's not a Greek god, and I know he's not a Greek god, and I still believed you guys.
Well, what was your answer to Luis's Spanish question?
C. Yes.
You thought that was right too.
Something wrong with it.
You don't know what he said. You said C.
Something wrong.
Well, I know what I said. C means yes. So I was hoping it was a yes/no question.
Yeah. He was just so excited to hear he had a perfect score. He was like, "Wait, what?"
Bro, you guys, that was actually good. and did you, just throw real quick, did you know you were doing the April Fool's Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust bit today?
Yes.
Before the show?
Yeah, I've known it all day.
Did you hear me in show prep saying April Fool's is dead?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I did.
I was ripping April Fool's. I was none of these jokes land anymore. Let's just get rid of this as a day in the world.
So I agree with you, but
there's dumb people like me that can still fall for them, so that's why it exists.
I'm just thinking maybe a certain somebody on this panel might be the right guy for the job to bring back April Fool's Day. I'm just saying, somebody here might be the guy for the job.
Do y'all have my
Does
stuff?
anybody want it back?
No.
Do y'all have my stuff?
No April Fool's.
My
Kyle.
lunch, they stole. My lunch is missing again, and I'm.
Yeah, Kyle.
We legitimately had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
I gave you the dead eye.
I don't know what y'all
no
gave
BS. No BS. I said that to you.
I don't think you walked in here with your lunch.
Oh, I know what I did with it.
Oh, you blaming us? What'd you do?
I put it in the little fridge downstairs. I'm so smart.
No, you're not.
Apologize.
You apologize. You thought we.
Hey, fellas, I can admit when I'm wrong. Unlike Goody, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can take accountability. Okay, I wasn't accusing y'all at first, but then somebody else from 1017 The Truth said maybe somebody else stole your bag. I said maybe they did. He said it is April Fool's Day. I said, ooh, you right. And so I apologize. I put it in the fridge. I'm smarter than I think. So for that,
I'm smarter than I think. No, you're not. You're actually
sorry.
you're just as stupid as I am.
Brad, I'm sorry. Don't say that. No, that's disrespectful. And Alex, I am sorry. You
and me, we're on the same level, Kyle. How's it feel?
Not true. I was just moving too fast.
You duped yourself.
I did dupe myself. I hid my stuff from myself.
From thyself.
And you're really smart.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer in the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Less is more. I'm still grieving the Brewers until 4 o'clock. Then I will muster up the courage to talk about what has happened through 4 games. But
I got to know.
But until then, Matt LaFleur, because again, I had said earlier, I feel bad for Matt LaFleur because we all know there is a need for a consistent top pass catcher at the wide receiver position. Whether it was last year in which or 2 years ago when they figured out where routes were being run wrong, they still had a great end of 2023 with Jordan Love. 2024, Jordan Love, who doesn't really call players out, we could say called out the wide receivers to not be able to separate. And so it was a focus, point of emphasis here in the offseason to see what they may do. McCole Hardman ended up being a guy who might not even be a true wide receiver, might be a kick returner, might not even make the team. We don't know.
He's a good guy and he's fast.
That's per Andy Reid, his former coach.
When asked about him, all he said he's fast and he's a good guy.
So Matt LaFleur can only work with what he has. And so here's what Matt LaFleur is saying about the wide receiver room at the NFL Owners Weekend.
I mean, yeah, that's something that we took a deep dive at. I think that was a big part of it, to be honest with you. It's just we had a ton of drops, and that's an area that we have to clean up. And, I mean, it takes all 11, right? We talk about it all the time. There were times where we had situations where we just didn't take advantage of it, and maybe it's just one guy missing a block, or a lot of things happen. There's a lot of variables, and it's definitely a long-winded answer, but I think that we've got a pretty good plan going into next season.
Is someone going to emerge, or are we just doing the song and dance again? I don't want to answer this question because I've been the bad guy today. You guys, it's your guys' turn.
Jayden Reed has a chance. Jayden Reed has a chance to emerge. He's the only guy that I'm like, you know what? If they're looking at this roster and saying, like, I think we got what we need, I think Jayden Reed has had moments of playmaking ability. It's inexplicable to me how he can disappear from a game plan, like just get the ball in his hands. But he was a contributor with the drops. He was amongst the top 5 in the NFL in drops this year, and he just wasn't in the right place at times. You would think a guy like that would almost... You put the play caller in a situation where you have to get him the ball. It just didn't happen. So if anyone can take a step forward, it's Jayden Reed. But we're playing this game again of hoping there is an emergence, of hoping that there is development. And honestly, by the time year 3 occurs, listen, this is who they're going to be. This is why I'm not saying Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs is a good receiver. He's a good number 2 wide receiver. But guys, he's on year 4. Year 4, I mean, that is already surpassing the length of the average career is going into year 4. So do you expect that Romeo Doubs can take a big jump? You just can't go into it expecting it. So I'm operating with a little bit of hope, but Jayden Reed actually has some of the ingredients to make it happen. But to be a bona fide top 10 wide receiver in the NFL, I don't think any of these guys got it.
Will any of the 3 that Brad is talking about, Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Doubs, Jayden Reed, any of them reach 1,000 yards? Or will none of them reach 1,000 yards?
Yeah, for Jayden Reed to reach 1,000 yards, it's going to take for Matt LaFleur to really make sure he's getting a lot of targets, make sure he's getting the ball. And honestly, I don't know if Jayden Reed is an 1,000-yard consistent guy. Maybe he's just an 800-yard guy that potentially can get the ball at the backfield and all together. Maybe 1,200 total, 1,300 total yards altogether.
Well, that's a lot of rushing yards if you're only thinking he's an 800-yard guy.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm saying 100. Okay, so probably more of 1,000, 1,100-yard guy. And so my biggest concern is that the Green Bay Packers don't have that guy on the roster. I like Tay Wicks. You guys know that. But I never said that Tay Wicks was going to be a number 1 wide receiver. I always thought that he can be a really solid number 3 and a guy that can step up in a role to be a number 2. But I never envisioned him being a number 1 wide receiver. So if we're depending on 4th-round picks and 2nd-round picks and, 2 and 5th-round picks to be the guy, then that's a problem. There's a reason why a lot of these wide receivers that are the best in the NFL, yeah, you have a couple Pukas, you have an Amon-Ra St. Brown, but a lot of the top guys in the NFL are first-round guys, right?
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison was
first-round guy.
First-round guy?
He was a first-round guy. So a lot of these guys were, again, you can try to find some guys, but the Packers, unfortunately, have not been successful in finding guys of late. Our last 1,000-yard wide receiver is Devontae Adams. So that means that we have not drafted and developed a wide receiver in over a decade that became a 1,000-yard wide receiver. And that is a problem for the Green Bay Packers. And so overall, when I look at this roster, no, I don't believe we have an 1,000-yard wide receiver on this team. I do not think that. And I think the Green Bay Packers, if they don't take a step to get a guy high in the 1st round this year to try to solve the issue, because Christian Watson is not the savior. He's not going to solve the problem. We already know that Christian Watson is a good wide receiver. He's a guy to stretch the field, but he has not shown that he can be consistent. He's not shown he can be a 1,000-yard wide receiver. People could say you have all this potential. That's cool, but you got to actually put it on the field, and he has not been able to put together a complete season. So the Green Bay Packers are going to find themselves in the same scenario where once again they have another year where they don't have a 1,000-yard wide receiver, and that's bad for Jordan Love.
Ryan from Milwaukee chimes in 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line lists more. He has faith in Wicks. Maybe I'm just being hopeful, but with his separation ability, I have my fingers crossed for Devontae Adams' career arc. He needs a big jump to make this happen. Devontae Adams' career arc is interesting. Does he have the same? But Kyle,
it frustrates me.
I know it does, but you got to remember, you were probably one of the people saying, "Damn, this Devontae has no future for the Green Bay Packers."
No, I never said that. I'll always be. And they call them Butterfingers.
Whether you were or not, the conversation around him was he wasn't going to make it.
Here's the difference. Devontae Adams actually had veteran, legitimate wide receivers on the roster. And when Mark Tauscher joined us and said that, they were talking about Devontae Adams. Yeah, Devontae Adams had the grace in the space to struggle because other guys were stepping up. If Devontae Adams got thrown into it where he dropped the ball, everybody's mad at him because after he dropped the ball.
Like you're saying, if Devontae Adams in his start of his career was a first, second year, third guy in the group of the Jaden Reeds, Dontavian Wicks, and all these guys that we have, he may not be the player he is because of the opportunity he had to grow with the veterans.
Yeah, if he dropped the pass, he had a veteran to pick him up. These guys don't have veterans to make big plays around him. They are depending on them to make plays. All those drops are a problem. We don't have somebody else you can throw the ball to Jordy Nelson that's going to be Superman.
Well, and we have to remember that Devontae Adams' story is not a probable journey, right? I mean, most guys, when they come into the league, if you're going to be a wide receiver one, you have seen it. They might show up on the spot and be wide receiver one like Justin Jefferson, or, you'll see those obvious games where it's like, okay, this guy has all the potential in the world. Somebody like Devontae Adams that was buried in the depth chart, struggling with catching the ball, running like crisp, clean routes, and then becomes who he is. That is totally improbable for an NFL trajectory. So you can't take Devontae Adams' story and just assign it to whoever, because that is not the typical journey. Guti even said himself that skill players are as prepared as they've ever been when they show up on the NFL, because now in like middle schools and high schools, even colleges, they're more and more polished. So there's less and less excuse to be unpolished when you get to the NFL.
I actually do appreciate this text by Keith here, who thinks I just need to play fantasy football, which I get. Keith chimes in. He says, name one top 10 wide receiver to win a Super Bowl. Now, you can do that very easily. It's Jerry Rice. Now, I think...
What about Cooper Kupp?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think the real question is, because the way the Patriots model is once you thought like they were going to be there forever, Belichick, boom, gone, right? So when you look at the last 10 years, I'm looking at the Super Bowl winners, and it's really the top pass catcher being like a Travis Kelce. You mentioned, obviously, the
Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk. And then you look at last year, A.J. Brown's not a top 10 wide. He's probably a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Do they utilize him like that at times? Probably not. The offense was based around Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in the offensive line.
Pretty much, and we did this back in the Super Bowl, but pretty much every Super Bowl winner has an elite pass catcher.
Elite pass catcher.
Mm-hmm. Like
the go-to guy. And I think
it's for sure been more tight ends in recent memory.
I think the biggest thing here for this team is we still don't know who that reliable top pass catcher is if we don't want to make this just about the wide receiver. Do we have faith that they're going to utilize Luke Musgrave, who apparently Matt LaFleur is talking about, who's bigger, stronger, and faster, and Tucker Kraft in more two tight end sets? Maybe it's a lot more over the middle. Maybe they use the tight ends more, and we're not worried about, one guy making sure they have a 1,000-yard season. But right now, it's a lot to prognosticate without evidence.
Imagine how good this team could be offensively if you had a true number one wide receiver. We know what Tucker Kraft has. We know Jaden Reed can be really good. We know what the running back is, and we talked about if the offensive line is going to be better. You put a legitimate number one wide receiver on this football team, it changes everything. Yes, Keith is right, and a lot of Packers fans are right. Tausch is right. This is not a bad offense. It's not.
No, it's not.
But we want this offense to be consistent and show up in the biggest moments, but they do not have a guy that they can depend on to go and make a play at receiver because they don't have a number one guy, and that could come back to hurt the Packers. We only want what's best for the Green Bay Packers, and a number one wide receiver doesn't have to be a stud star, but a legitimate guy that can get you 1,000 yards and make a big play. That's what we need.
Well, everyone benefits, right? Because think about like Devontae Adams. Lazard played his best ball, MVS. I mean, when you have a guy that dominates...
And they weren't even that good.
And it wasn't even that good, but when you have a guy that dominates coverage and game plan, everybody else benefits.
Stop in at Festival Foods starting tomorrow because you're going to get a great Screamin' Sicilian Tavern-style deal. April 2nd through the 8th, $5.99 for only a limited time. The Tavern style has been a go-to Screamin' Sicilian for me because I'm not going to lie. When I have an OG Screamin', it's a little bit, it's a little bit thicker in crust and a lot of toppings. A lot of toppings on the Tavern style, but a little thinner. I don't feel as like I have to go to the couch and just lay down for 2 hours to let it, settle. I feel like I'm ready to go. And so it's been good in the Brust household to have the tavern style there. $5.99 at Festival Foods. The 2nd through the 8th is a no-brainer. But just make sure you go to your local grocer's freezer and check out all the Palermo's brands, but especially, the ones that are going to be dynamite every time. That is Screamin' Sicilian. Thin and crispy, tavern style, stuffed crust cheese, Detroit style. You name it, they have it. Find your flavor, enjoy the toppings, enjoy the pizza, and taste well that Screamin' is about. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We're almost having to talk about the Brewers and make me cry. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza, as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Happy New Year. How's business? Do you really know? We recently worked with several clients who thought they knew, but didn't because their books were not in order. Imagine thinking you were making $1 million, but because your books are a mess, you were really only making $200,000. Quite a difference. Imagine finding out expenses were not properly recorded or sales were double recorded. If these happen to you, we can help. We work with our clients to clean up their books and give them the information they need to know where their business is now and where it is going in the future. Don't wait. Start on the path to less stress, more cash in your pocket, and no more sleepless nights. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net today to book a meeting. We can talk over Zoom, the phone, in our office, or your place of business. Yes, we like to visit our business clients. Don't wait any longer. Call 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tuesday like a Friday with his music. And I'll be heading over to the Princeton Club to create that strong body and strong mind while helping create a strong community. I have a plan. I'm going to need Brad Nortman to hold me accountable.
Happy to do it.
I tried on a suit for a wedding this weekend.
Uh-oh.
A little snug.
Oh, that's a good thing. I like snug. Nice and tight.
No, too snug. Like button, like.
Oh, won't fit. And you don't wear drawers, so you can't have that. Do you not wear drawers to weddings?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Besides the point is I need you to hold me accountable when I start this like workout regimen, not like, go sit in the steam room, sweat out the weekend. Like, no, let's go back to work.
It's going to be the summer of Ben. Something like that.
In the healthy way.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to get ready for that.
Doesn't matter the goal. Could be small, could be big, and you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. Free childcare at the membership, open 24/7. It's only one place to go. Just stop on in there and you'll get signed up right away. On Twitter at KBN ESPN. Weird start because Kyle forgot that Strofe disrespected him.
Or did.
On Saturday.
Should have punched him, but he's just so lovable.
Did you delete that poll?
Yeah, I didn't love the phrasing of it.
What did you say?
Oh.
What
had happened was he's trying to protect himself.
I deleted it immediately because I didn't love the no context phrasing of Strofe talking to Kyle's baby girl like that.
So if you missed it, please retell what you did.
Well, I was with Kyle and his baby girl, and I was with all you guys on Saturday after Thanalysis Live. And I was talking to baby girl, and at one point I just said, "Wow, you have beautiful eyes," and she does. I mean, they're like wicked colors.
All right, let's calm down.
She's just doubling down.
That's a triple down.
Wicked colors.
Yeah,
Right,
they're like gray, blue, gray. It was crazy.
Damn, don't be putting our profile.
Yeah, I mean, man. I know we did 23andMe with Brad where he spit in the thing and they sent back his eye color in the history, but
baby girl
she didn't offer her eye color to be out on the airwaves.
Well,
You don't know who's
there's
looking
so
for
many of them.
So many what?
Eye color. They change. Beautiful eyes.
All right, Strofe, calm down.
Yeah, you're going too far. Now I'm going to get to the next poll.
I'm uncomfortable.
Keith had said that Rashawn Gary I've been treating him too unfairly. So I just said I don't think he's lived up to expectations based off the contract that he was provided to be paid and playing like a top 5 NFL defensive end. He's no longer top 5. He's probably still top 15 because obviously the money changes after time. Has Rashawn Gary lived up to expectations? 22% of people say yes. 78% of people say no.
A resounding no.
I'm surprised.
That's a mandate.
I'm surprised he even got 22%. I was expecting like 90-10.
I was expecting 90-10, but it's still a landslide.
Oh, yeah.
Need more out of him.
No,
Need more out of the guys. But here's the thing. The reason why we're doing this is because we need these guys to actually have great years because doesn't sound like there's going to be strong reinforcements coming. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, we're with you until 5 o'clock. Coming up next in Madison, you'll have Jim, Matt, and Molly. Corey and Wally and the Dam Sports Show are up next on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. The Milwaukee Brewers are one of 4 teams winless thus far. Long way to go. I have some positive and I have some negative. And I know, Brad, you of all people right now are looking for some positive.
Yes.
There's a long, long way to go, but there are some things to fix. Kyle Bruss and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Next in 2 minutes.
Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight.
We've got backups all across the board. Backups at 41 South start from Mill Road and clear up at Capitol Drive. We're seeing backups on 43 South from Fond du Lac Avenue through the Marquette Interchange to the Menominee River. We have backups on 43 North starting from Walnut Street